Good morning, world. Good morning. How are you? My name is Denise. I'm from Brazil Farm. We have a small cut flower farm, a nursery, and a teaching garden, and I also create a nature journal. Um, anyway, I am inside for a moment and was just sitting here, and I have this thought just came across my mind. When you are planning your goals, and if you are married or dating or somebody, you really need to know what their goals are too, so you can figure out how they fit together, because they could be vastly different in how you see your life. And it may be that one of you needs to bend to make, well, no, both of you are going to have to bend all the time. But I'm just saying, um, you need to talk things out, because to be the best that you are, you need to understand who you are. And early on, you might not understand. But here are a couple of things that my husband said without saying. Okay, this picture behind us, this is a puzzle that he bought, and we like to sit around at Christmas and put puzzles together. But he bought that puzzle and put it together and said he wanted to frame it. So we framed it, um, and so that tells you a lot about who my husband is. And he didn't say a word. He just bought that. And so this is what he wants, okay? I can't tell if that's a lake or a mountain. We would go, to the Smoky Mountains a lot, so it sort of looks like the Smoky Mountains too, where there's mist below you even. And so that picture tells you a lot about my husband. It's got his truck in it that he wants. Yeah, one of his trucks. He's got tons he wants. Little log cabin, real quiet. It's not a big city. There's no cityscape there. He up in the mountains all by himself, or hopefully with me, that he allows me to come, depending on which day. And then here's two other pictures. One, I'm pretty sure came with him when like he already had it. And then the other one, I remember us buying together, and they've stayed with us. They've been on our walls. The man doesn't ask for much, but he likes these pictures, so I put them up definitely for him, and put them in our house. And we've been married 33 years, and these two pictures are my husband to a T, without him saying anything. He just says, I said, "What do you like these?" He said, I just do. I don't know if they're inspiration for him. If he thinks about this is who he is, he just looks at it and says, I like it. And, us women, we like to analyze everything. And most men, I like it, I don't like it, and that's about it. So anyway, I'm going to turn you around and let you see them. This is the one, there, a little bit better. This is the one that he had when I'm pretty sure he brought this into our marriage, that he already had it. So what do you see here is an older cowboy up in the mountains carrying a calf and his dog following him. So what does that mean he wants? That means he'll work hard to go find that little calf in the snow, so it hasn't been fun, but he'll get the work done, and he's got a loyal dog with him, and he's just a simple man doing his job. I'm going to pan you over here to this one. And it's called Texas in the Rain, and that's exactly what they're doing. These men are going out to work in the nasty rain, and for those of you that, aren't from the South, or don't have thunderstorms, or don't have hard rains. I thought everybody did, but evidently rain's different in different parts of the country and different parts of the world. But that's not a nice drizzle. You can't even see past the barn. That's a gusty wind that's, constant. And these men are going out to work, and that's exactly who my husband is. He told me in these two pictures that that's what he was going to do. That's who he was going to be. He was going to be somebody that went and got the work done no matter what it was like. And that's exactly who he is. Anybody that knows my husband knows he puts in the hours. He doesn't care about the weather. I'm sure he cares, but he does it anyway. That the little things matter. That little calf that was up in the snow, he would have died. And the family would have gone without that income if he had not gone out there and probably taken a lot of time to find that little calf. And so you need to know who you're marrying. You need to... I fortunately had picked a good one that was willing to work until the job was done. And so I can't, definitely can't complain about him. He's going to do it no matter what. And there are a lot of good men out there like that. So you go find you one, and find a good woman that works hard. And she may not want the same things. She may not want this cabin up in the woods that's isolated. She may not want that. She may want to live in the city. So therefore, y'all gotta figure some things out. Is this just a weekend getaway, or are y'all the right couple for each other? Because one of you is going to be miserable if one wants to live in the city and one wants to live like that. One of you is going to be miserable. And so as you're reaching for your goals and you're choosing your spouses, consider things. Look around, and especially women, what are the men not saying? What are the women not saying? There's a lot of things I've kept quiet about, and I don't say because I want him to be who he is. And you need to flow together instead of flowing separate. I would prefer him not to work as hard as he does, but one, that would kill him, and two, I can't be mad at the man wanting to do a good job. I mean, that just sounds ridiculous. And so, but I married my dad. My dad's just like that. I mean, he's exactly like that. Work until the job gets done, and he was a good example of what hard work is and what it takes to, you just finish the job. It's just that simple. It's not hard. And most men are pretty simple. They, want a few things in life, and that's about it. Leave them alone and let them do their work. Anyway, I was just sitting here this morning thinking what a good man I have, and how he told me he was a good man without saying anything. Y'all have a good day, okay? Bye.